What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to this Anfield Agenda Atletico Madrid preview. The Reds obviously travelling to the Wanda Metropolitano to take on Diego Simeone's men tomorrow night in the third of our Champions League group stage games. And look, we've gotten off to the perfect start. 6 points from 6. A nice win at home against AC Milan. A good trouncing of Porto away as well. But this is certainly going to be the most difficult two games in the group stage. I think that's fair to say. And I also think it's fair to say that we as Liverpool fans maybe feel like we've got a little bit of unfinished business with Atletico Madrid. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the games, but I think the way the games fall, for me anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think that the United game on Sunday takes precedent over this game, or takes, I should say, more important than this game, is really what I'm trying to waffle on about. So for me, I'm expecting a bit of a change lineup tomorrow from Jurgen Klopp. I'm not expecting him to go with the strongest possible 11 for the game, because I think we've got a little bit of wiggle room in the Champions League, and while you never want to take anything for granted, I do feel like this Champions League group has a bit of wiggle room in it. You know, if we win our 2 home games that we have left, we're through. We'll probably top the group. So, you know, you don't want to take it for granted. Hopefully we get something from the game. But for me, I just think we're going to see some changes. And look, I will go through my predicted 11 in a second. You can see them on the screen there now. Hello to everyone in the chat as well. Thank you for those who are joining us. I'll be back live again later on tonight, so no need to worry about that. Myself, Steve Bland and James Redmond will be live tonight at 8:45 of the late night agenda. And again, just a little shout out to Ultima Fan. If you haven't yet downloaded the Ultima Fan app, you can do so with the link in the description. Think of Ultima Fan as basically FPL combined with FIFA pack openings, and you can win your share of £300,000 or up to $8,500 every single week. Once you sign up, you'll get a free 10-card pack to get you going. You'll also get a 3-card pack every Tuesday of the 38 Premier League game weeks. And if you want to top up your players, maybe get a few better players, you can buy the gold and silver packs as well. They limit that purchase to a maximum of £5 a month, which I really like the idea of. And again, I have a gold pack now, and I have to say I've got some decent players in it. So if you want to download it, all you have to be is over 18 years of age and a resident of the UK or Ireland, and the link to download Ultima Fan is in the description. Right, ladies and gentlemen, well, we start with this one. I'll go through my predicted 11 and score prediction, and then we'll jump over to the chat and see how you guys feel. Does that sound like a plan? This is the first time I think I've ever done a preview live. Usually we pre-record these, so bear with me as I try and get this technology right. So let's start off with the score prediction, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see on the screen there now, because I actually managed to do what Connor told me to do, you can see I'm going for a 2-1 away win. I don't think it's going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. Yes, Atletico are much changed. They have a little change in system. But they have Luis Suarez, Antoine Griezmann, João Felix. They still have a lot of very good footballers. Rodrigo de Paul, the name that we were linked with last year. Very, very creative guy. Came in from Udinese, if my memory is correct. And they signed him in the summer and moved Saul out. So, you know, they're a good, well-drilled team. They're not the most easy team to watch. You know, if you're a fan of attacking, free-flowing football, Atletico Madrid probably aren't the side for you. But as Klopp said in his press conference today, they know what they're about. They know what Cholo Simeone wants from them, and they know how to get results, as we know only too well after they knocked us out of the Champions League. So, look, I'm going to move on now to my goalkeeper and back four. And again, this is where the changes start to ring in, so bear with me. Right, as you can see, goalkeeper, I've gone for Alisson Becker, no surprise there. Wasn't able to play in the game against Watford because of the ridiculous COVID situation and the situation that FIFA landed Liverpool in with the stupid early kickoff, and 2, the fact that they were playing basically UK time early Friday morning. So Fabinho and Alisson flew straight over to Madrid, as we know, and I see them coming both straight back in for this one. And I'm ringing the changes at centre-back because I'm well aware that Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip have played a lot of football at the start of this campaign, and with the game coming up against United on Sunday, I think Jurgen Klopp could rotate, could bring in Joe Gomez and Ibrahima Konate and rest both of our centre-backs ahead of that massive trip to Old Trafford on Sunday. So for me, Joe Gomez and Ibrahima Konate at centre-back. Full-backs, as you can see, I've rung the changes again. Kostas Tsimikas for me again. Keeping in mind how much football Andy Robertson has played. Obviously, he had international games with Scotland as well. Came in, played really well. Did get brought off for a little rest by the gaffer. If my memory is correct, actually, the game against Watford, I think he came off for a few minutes and Tsimikas came on. And then, obviously, Trent coming in at right back. He's come back from his little illness, which kept him out for a few games. Obviously, great to have him back. So I'm going for Kostas Tsimikas at left back. Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, Ibrahima Konate and Joe Gomez as the centre backs. I know, lots of changes, but I did warn you, and we do have a little bit of wiggle room in this Champions League group, so let's push on to midfield and see what you guys think about that. So as you can see, I've gone for Fabinho to come straight back in the holding role. I mean, look, there aren't many better in Europe, if any better in the position than our Brazilian octopus, so I'm putting him in the 6. Jordan Henderson back to the right side of midfield, where I think he's his most effective. And then it came down to a straight shootout between Naby Keita and Curtis Jones. The good news is that Curtis Jones is back training. Jurgen Klopp spoke about that at his press conference earlier on today. Thiago's still not fit and available for the game, unfortunately, so I'm hoping that we have him ready for Sunday for the game against United. So I've gone for Naby Keita to go in on the left side of midfield. Again, I thought he was very good in that midfield trio with Jordan Henderson and James Milner against Watford at Saturday afternoon, so I don't think any need to change there. So for me, Keita left side of midfield, Fabinho in the holding role, and Jordan Henderson on the right. Now moving to the front three. For me again, what do we do through the centre? Hang on, I'll leave that one to last. Sadio Mane, left hand side, Mohamed Salah, the world's best player at the minute. Yeah, I fucking said it because I mean it. He is the world's best player at the minute. Sadio Mane on the right, hopefully going to continue his fine scoring form at the Wanda Metropolitano. Obviously banged that early penalty in against Spurs. And Sadio Mane then on the left because, hey, why not? Why not? Sadio's getting back into good form, got himself a lovely goal with a great assist from Mohamed Salah as well against Watford, and I'm hoping that we're starting to see a revitalised, refreshed, confident Sadio Mane, and again with his trickery and Mohamed Salah's trickery, upper body strength, vision now, which we can now add into Mohamed Salah's list of credentials, shall we say. That assist for Sadio, I mean, Sadio still had a lot to do, don't get me wrong, it was an amazing finish, but the ball didn't even have to break stride. It was Stevie G-esque, outside of the foot, straight into his path, and Sadio banged it in. Then up top, the big decision was, would it be Diogo Jota, or will we give Bobby Firmino the nod? The man who, of course, banged a hat-trick against Watford. I've gone for Bobby Firmino, ladies and gentlemen. Again, a little bit of an eye on the Manchester United game, and with Diogo Jota, he is available, which is good news, but the fact that he didn't play any international football, I'd rather just keep him training, keep him building up and make sure he's 100% ready for the game against Manchester United on Sunday. That's not saying that I would absolutely start him on Sunday, but I don't think there's any need to risk him in this game if there's any doubt whatsoever around the little niggly knock that he had, the muscle strain. So I've gone for Bobby Firmino through the centre. So that's my predicted 11, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm going to go over to the chat now and see what you guys think. So it's Alisson, Trent, Tsimikas, Gomez, Konate, Fabinho, Henderson, Naby Keita, Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino and Mohamed Salah. Let me know what you guys think anyway. Let me go over to the chat and see how we're all feeling over there. Let me just move this across. There we go. Right, what are you guys saying in the chat? Origi might play. He could now, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't absolutely rule out the idea of Divock Origi or Takumi Minamino maybe getting some minutes. I suppose the way I'm thinking about it with the League Cup game next Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember which one it was. I think maybe we'll see them against Preston, Takumi Minamino, Divock Origi, probably Curtis Jones back in, maybe Cade Gordon. So I'm expecting Klopp to ring the changes for that tie, absolutely. But for this one, yeah, never say never. And when Divock has been asked to do a job this season, in fairness to him, he hasn't let us down. I think he's played quite well. Can't be Mane, he has to stay in isolation. How would he have to stay in isolation if he literally played on Saturday? So how would Sadio Mane have to isolate if he played on Saturday? I'm confused. Please, somebody do explain if I've got this one wrong, but if he played against Watford, why would he suddenly have to isolate going over to play in Madrid? I'm genuinely confused. Is Thiago still injured? Said Boss FFKE. Yes, unfortunately, mate. I wouldn't say injured, but not ready yet. So he has stepped up his rehab, if you want to call it that. He stepped up his training and his preparations, but doesn't quite make this one. I'd start Craig up top, not gonna lie, said Keane. Yeah, we'd be definitely scoring nothing, mate. If I was up top, 100% wouldn't be scoring anything. What else have we got? If Salah scored another banger, I'll buy Craig tickets for the next game. James, I'm going to hold you to that. I don't know where you are. I've no way of actually holding you to it, my man, but I wouldn't mind getting over for one. So yeah, if you want to sort me out tickets, James, I'll happily accept. Strong team selection, said Kurt. It's, yeah, look, I tried to mix it up a little bit, Kurt, and look, it's very difficult to second guess a Jurgen Klopp team selection, although I have got the last 2 right, I think, which is a miracle, because I don't remember getting any right last season. And I do understand an argument around playing Van Dijk, an argument around maybe playing Matip, an argument around, of course, putting Andy Robertson in at left back. All these are very valid points. I just think, with the fact we've got a lot of games coming up now and another international break next month, which will be more minutes in the players' legs, I think Jurgen Klopp might start to look already towards that busy festive and January period where we're also going to lose Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane for the AFCON. So I think maybe now he's going to start making sure he manages players' minutes and stuff like that. So I think whilst we have an opportunity to make a few changes in this game, probably best to go ahead and do it and, keep an eye on player welfare, because it's a long season, and I don't know about you guys, we're already in October, but to me this already feels like we're much further into the season because of the extra international breaks that are going to be coming up, and some of the international breaks the lads have to play 3 games in them, which is a joke for all clubs, not just for Liverpool. And look, going into this one, another bugbear I have around this game is I spoke about the Premier League before and not looking after the teams, and people might think I'm just being salty and stuff like that. So, why should they look after the Champions League teams or the Europa League teams or whatever? Well, just as a heads up, Atleti are going into this game having had their game at the weekend postponed. Real Madrid also had their game at the weekend postponed in order to allow their players to have the rest to be able to represent La Liga as best they can in the Champions League. That doesn't happen with English sides. Doesn't happen with Liverpool, doesn't happen with United, doesn't happen with Chelsea, doesn't happen with Manchester City, because the Premier League quite simply do not give a fuck about player welfare, no matter what they ramble on and try to say. Once again, English clubs going to represent England and the Premier League in Europe are being left high and dry by the Premier League, who quite simply just don't understand the pressures that are on these managers and these players and the toll that it takes on their body. They want the clubs to do well in Europe. Of course they do. They want the coefficients. They want the money coming in and the eyes attracted to the Premier League. But once again, we've seen other leagues. Germany have done it previously. The Eredivisie have done it previously for Ajax. And now once again, La Liga have the foresight to do it for Atleti and Real. But Liverpool, United, Chelsea, City, basically it's 2 fingers from the Premier League and run yourselves into the ground, lads. It's not great, folks. It's not great. You can say it's me being salty, but if enough managers and enough players are complaining about it, there must be something to it. What time is the game tomorrow? It's the usual 8 o'clock kickoff, I think, for the Champions League. Van Dijk should play, but resting Matip is something amazing, said Hassan. Yeah, look, I think at least one of them, Hassan, I agree, should be rested, mate. 2 of them, okay, maybe I'm taking liberties a little bit resting the 2 of them, buddy, but I do think you're right. I do think we have to manage the squad a little bit, and one of them being rested, yeah, I wouldn't be against that whatsoever. If we play that back 4, we will be smashed, said Callum. Then what the fuck is the point in having these lads in the squad, Callum? Not having to dig at you, mate, but look at that team. Internationals. Trent at right back, Tsimikas at left back, and Gomez and Kanade at centre back, and you think these lads get smashed? What's the point in having them, mate? I don't understand that foresight. If these lads are at Liverpool Football Club, and we paid a good chunk of money for Ibrahim and Kanade, and we know that Costa Tsimikas is up to speed, how the fuck do we get smashed? Who's going to smash them? A slow Luis Suarez? An absolutely dogshit Antoine Griezmann? Or still to find his feet in La Liga, João Felix? Who exactly is going to smash these lads? I don't know. I don't think that they have enough attacking threat to smash anybody, if I'm being honest with you. So I think that's really harsh on our boys, mate. And again, I will reiterate, what is the point of having a squad if when we go and play in a game, you don't think that they're up to it? I don't understand it, mate. I think every one of these lads are up to it. Rotations for United, God no. That's the game for me we got to win. Because again, we've got a little bit of wiggle room right now in the Champions League, in my opinion. We've got 6 points from 6, currently sit top of the table. A point tomorrow will be a fine result in my eyes. But the game against United is big because we don't want to allow Chelsea or Manchester City to start to gain ground on us or start to stretch out a lead on us. We're already 1 point behind Chelsea, a point ahead of Manchester City. And if we beat United, we stretch our lead out over them to 7 points, which is a significant lead already at this point in the season, ahead of one of our rivals. So for me, man, I think, yeah, rotate some for this. and then go full strength for the United game, and then we can rotate again for the League Cup game midweek the following week, and then of course we have Brighton 3pm kickoff the following Saturday. So that's my take on it anyway. Canade needs to be paired with VVD. You do realise, Dan, that VVD's coming back, mate, from a really, really, really serious injury. Has played internationals for Holland over the course of the break. Played for Liverpool then really quickly on Saturday. Do you want him injured again? I guess that you don't, mate, but I just think people need to realise we can't play our best 11 every game. It isn't possible. It's just not. Now, I'm not saying that my team is the right team. No, I'm absolutely open to varying opinions on it, but we have to use common sense, and it's all very well and good. I could have absolutely named Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Matip, Robbo, Fabinho, Henderson, Keita, and then the front three. Could have easily done it, but I've got a very strong feeling that won't be what Klopp does tomorrow. My prediction for the starting 11 to the cash is Alisson, Trent, Canade, Van Dijk, Robbo, Fabinho, Hendo, Keita, Salah, Bobby, Mane. So the only difference there is that you've got VVD in instead of Joe Gomez. And look, I just wonder, with Klopp making a point speaking about Joe Gomez with regards to Gareth Southgate and his England selection, I just wonder if this is going to be Klopp's time to give Gomez some time, because again, I'm really happy with the quality of centre backs we have at the football club. Van Dijk, Matip, Gomez, Canade, Phillips. That's a decent collection of centre-backs for me. And again, Joe Gomez, young as he is experienced. Not to finish the article, I would absolutely agree that he does need a strong presence beside him. I get it. He needs to be helped through games, Gomez. But I think, why not? Why not give it a roll of the dice and let the lads get some minutes and let the other lads get some rest? That's just my take on it. But I suppose I'm trying to put on my managerial hat here and try and protect the lads a little bit. I even think Ox might start over Keita. That's, again, Maddie, that's a fair point, yeah. There's every chance that, as somebody pointed out, maybe Origi gets a run out. There's every chance, as you've said, that maybe Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain gets a run out. And again, I'd expect a load of these lads to get a run out in the League Cup when we take on Preston next week as well. So, yeah, there could even be more surprises. I mean, I thought I was going fairly strong with the team I went with, but you're right, we could absolutely include Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in there. Yeah, Klopp is waiting for that yearly injury to Matip to throw Canade long term. In the meantime, he's getting ready to do it with Robbo and Fabinho. We all know how well that turned out to David Newell. Absolutely, my man. Yeah, look, Klopp does, as David has pointed out, like to ease new players in, and then maybe because of an injury or whatever, give them that opportunity. And usually these lads, as David has pointed out, grab that opportunity with both hands. So yeah. If the game is postponed, they should give us 3 points. Oh, were you talking about that protest that's supposed to take place at Old Trafford again at the weekend? Yeah, it's a bit funny, isn't it, that whole thing? Like, we've gone from celebrating the Cristiano Ronaldo signing to, a few bad results now, and it's no longer Disneyland anymore. They're back to protesting outside the stadium about the owners. And look, they're fully entitled to protest about their ownership. Of course they are. As you said though, mate, I just don't want it to affect the kickoff. And I hope that the stewarding and policing will make sure that the game goes ahead this time and we don't have any of the stuff that went on around the last game. Again, absolutely reiterate that they're 100% okay to protest and within their rights to protest. I just don't want it affecting the game. So hopefully that'll be resolved. A few little bits and pieces. I will be going on the United stand on Friday, I think, to do a preview with Mark over there. And I will be recording a preview with Mark on Anfield Agenda on Thursday night. So that'll go out Friday early afternoon. United are the most spoiled team in the league and they still blame the owners. Look, I can understand. I've got sympathy for United around the ownership situation. Of course I do. When you see how much money the club generates, they should be able to do even more than they are. And look, again, each set of fans are within their own rights to protest their owners if they feel that they're not happy enough. And I understand why the United fans are doing it, have done it, will do it. Again, I just hope it doesn't affect the game. The Glazers literally don't care about football. 100%, mate. They couldn't give a fuck. And the way they bought Manchester United is a real red flag. It's certainly a warning sign when you leverage. Basically, think about it as you going to buy a house and going to the bank and saying, the house is worth 300 grand, give me 300 grand and I'll buy the house and then I'll pay it back over the course of whatever it is, 30 years. They didn't use their own money. They leveraged the mortgage, the value of the club against the club to buy the club. We'd all be able to buy Manchester United if the bank would give us 2 or 3 billion quid without us having to put up any of our own money. So yeah, it is a shitty situation for them, and I do have I have sympathy for the United fans, because again, as a football romantic, I can kind of see the bigger picture. Am I happy that they're floundering around losing games? Yeah, of course I am. I mean, give Ollie the job for life as far as I'm concerned. And there was no happier words that I read this week than Manchester United's board absolutely believe in the vision of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer long term. Good lads, you keep believing that vision. The rest of us, if you're looking for us, will be down here on the ground rolling around, pissing ourselves laughing. Newcastle will be the next Man City. Do you agree? No, I don't. I think the difference is the job they have to do there is infinitely harder, in my humble opinion, than the job at Manchester City, which, by the way, I think took 5 or 6 years to really come to fruition. So, Newcastle right now are 3 points off safety. Let's not look at the Haalands, the Mbappes of this world. They need to get fighters in there in the January market to make sure that they are still a Premier League club, and then they can start the proper rebuilding process. And that's before you look at the training ground, improving St James's Park, and lots of other bits and pieces that they need to do, getting in a manager who can attract the players, and getting players that want to be there not just for the money, but want to be there because they believe in the vision and they believe in where the club is going. And those players, of course, will exist, and I'm sure that they'll get them, but it'll take time. Newcastle aren't going to become a world force overnight. This is going to take 3, 4, 5, 6 years for that really to come into fruition. I think Klopp should rotate as it's a calculated risk. We're top of the group. I don't feel sorry for the Manx. Ronaldo was an error. He's world class, but not for a top team. He needs to be at Spurs. I'm with you with regards to the rotation, mate. Again, lots of people have made really good points in the stream about maybe keeping one of Van Dijk and Matip, or maybe don't change Robbo for Costa Simicas, or even give Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain or Divock Origi a run out. Again, I can understand all of those points. I just, like you, think that we do have a little buffer. We do have a little bit of wiggle room here in the Champions League group. And whilst you never want to get complacent, because if you lose 2 games against Atleti back-to-back as an example, then you're up against it again. So for me, I think we'll get a win tomorrow by the odd goal, which would, if that came through, would put us in a fantastic position. One more win then from the last 3 games and you're probably top in the group. You're certainly qualifying. There are 5 subs, says Reformed. Start strong and rotate early. That only works if you're winning. You don't, let's look at it a different way, mate. Again, with what you've said, start strong, grand. But what if the game's 0-0 at 65, 70 minutes? Do you rotate then? Do you start changing your whole back 4 for the last 15, 20 minutes, or 2 or 3 of your back 4? So I would go the other way. I would start with the rotations and then look to bring on strength from the bench if we need to try and find a way back into the game. I think that's the more sensible option to manage players' minutes. But again, I understand everybody wants to win every game. I do. Of course I do. I want Liverpool to go out there, play as strong as they can and win every game. But I'm just trying to be as sensible as I can about it. And I don't like not putting out the strongest team every week. Of course, the idealist in me would love to put out the strongest 11. Wouldn't it be great if we put 5 or 6 past United at the weekend, said Adam. Would it be great, mate? The nipples haven't been out in a while, my man, but, if we were to put 4, 5 or 6 past United at the weekend, the nipples might be coming out again. Do you know what I mean? The nipples might be on show. Beef Lives Matter. What to say about that name, my man? Said, I expect Liverpool to win, really don't want to draw, would want to be first or second in the group straight away. Well, we are first in the group, my man, and I said my man a lot today. Dude, we are first in the group, but I get where you're coming from. Again, though, we need to think of the whole season and how to manage our way through the season, because we're most likely getting out of this group. Let's be fair about it. We should be getting out of this Champions League group. And from then, we want to have our strongest players available at the business end of the season. So, when the knockout stages of the Champions League comes, hopefully the latter stages of the FA Cup and the League Cup. And then, of course, we want to be in a title race as well. So, Again, just my thoughts are we've a bit of wiggle room. Why not rotate a little bit and go strong on Sunday in the game that really, really matters to our season against United? Thoughts on Steve Bruce? I don't really have many, to be honest with you. I mean, congratulations to him on getting 1,000 games up in the Premier League as a manager. That's a great achievement, but it does look like he's getting the boot there anytime soon. Right, I think it's going to be 3-1 to Liverpool against Atletico and 4-1 against United. Mate, I would happily take both of those scores off you right now. I'd grab them and I'd run with them. Fuck nipples, Craig, said David. If we beat United 5-0, I want to see those big Irish nuts. Oh, mate, I'd be gone. So what I mean, the channel would be cancelled. Yeah, look, just another shout out, by the way. If you haven't downloaded the Ultimate Fan app, you can do it with the link in the description if you're from Ireland or the UK, age 18 plus. And the only reason I keep banging on about it is, without having to spend a penny, you guys can go in with a chance of win your share of £300,000 over the season, or $8,500 every single week. And they pay out the first 300 places. So all you have to do is be in the top 300 on the app and you will get a cash prize. Again, think of it as FIFA pack openings combined with FPL, and again, you score points based on things like goal score, clean sheets and stuff like that. You get a free 10 card pack to start out with, and then you get a 3 card pack every single Tuesday of the 38 Premier League game weeks. If you want to buy gold and silver packs, maximum spend of £5 a month, and that's one of the reasons why we said yes to plug the Ultimate Fan app, because again, don't have to spend any money, but if you do, the most they let you spend is £5 a month. Do I think a manager like Zidane or Conte would be happy to replace Ole at United's? Look, whatever we as Liverpool fans think about United's situation, and we laugh and we giggle and all this, just like Liverpool, they are still a massive name for any manager to put on their CV. So if the owners of United suddenly see what the rest of us see, which is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a horrendous manager, yes, I think they could attract big managers to the club. Absolutely, Antonio Conte or Zinedine Zidane or whomever else, because they are a big, big club. You know, they're a big club with a big budget with some superstar players there. So, yeah, look, I think it's far more likely United would be able to attract the likes of Conte than Newcastle. I mean, I think Conte's already ruled himself out of the running for the Newcastle job. Is 2-1 your prediction? Yes, it is, mate. 2-1 away win is my prediction. What do I think about Caoimhín Kelleher? Love him. So happy about him, mate. Again, an interesting thing on Caoimhín Kelleher for people that don't know is, until he was 15 years of age, he was playing outfield for Ringmahon Rangers. So he only became a goalkeeper at the age of 15, which makes his rise to Liverpool's number 2 all the more amazing, and another sign that, you know, never give up. Even if you only start playing football at 14, 15, 16, you know, there are stories out there. Look at Jamie Vardy's story as an example, playing non-league football and now forced his way up to, you know, win the Premier League with Leicester. Salah's new contract, we'll cover all of that tonight, mate, in the KLOPP the Week show with myself, Steve Bland and James Redmond. We will be live from 8:45 tonight. So look, it was only a quick one today because I just wanted to get the preview done. Again, my predicted 11, Alisson in goal, Trent at right back, Costas at left back, Joe Gomez and Ibrahima Konate are my predictions for the centre back. Then Naby Keita, Fabinho and El Capitan Jordan Henderson in midfield, with Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah and Bobby Firmino through the centre. I've also gone for a 2-1 Liverpool win. I will be back, ladies and gentlemen, later on tonight with Steve Bland and James Redmond for the KLOPP the Week show. Get your questions ready or your thoughts on the game. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and drop a like on the video. And we're going to try and make sure that we put out on non-match days 2 videos can make me laugh. Of course they are, mate. That's why I'm the one with over 100,000 subscribers while he's the one sitting there in his cowboy hat going, "Yeehaw, motherfuckers!" Yeah, of course he is, mate. Go fuck yourself. I'm infinitely better than him or most others, mate. So, you know what I mean? He has to pay people to go send super chats in to get his name mentioned on the Big Boy channel. Don't make me fucking laugh, princess. He is a deluded fucking clown. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, lots of love to you all. Sorry about that little interruption there at the end, but you know, imagine paying money to promote your channel on somebody else's channel, or getting someone to do it. Oh, the embarrassment, ladies and gents, the embarrassment. Look, I will talk to you wonderful people soon. Take care, lots of love, and